Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for, well, rather welcome to a brand new series of EU4. And today we're going to be playing as the Papal States. I was actually going to be playing some Victoria 3, but the idea that I had just didn't really work out with some episodes recorded, and I just figured that we scrapped that idea. I'll play some EU4 instead. I know that EU4 always works. I do like the game to bits, and I'm actually quite excited for the EU5 eventually to be released, but that might still take a while. But anyway, as the Papal States, our goals for this series are going to be... Well, actually, let's have a look at the achievement list. It's probably going to be easier to show from there. So the first thing first, it's going to be the Kingdom Guard. Starting as Papal States, become the Kingdom Guard. So it's going to take a little bit, but it's not going to be too bad. And then we're going to go for the Holiest Roman Empire. I don't know if we'll manage that, but we'll definitely try. And then the Holy Trinity. Although the Holy Trinity is kind of a secondary goal, the main goals are the Kingdom of God and the Holiest Roman Empire. And then there's probably going to be some other achievements that we'll get along the way as well. But anyway, let's have a look at our current situation. So we've got a bit of manpower. We've got 2 puppets, or vassals, so that's good. We've got, of course, Avignon over there, and these 2 are our vassals. So we should be able to annex those in due time. And I think expansion in Italy is probably going to be best done with some diplomatic annexation rather than conquest. Eventually, once or if Naples gets independence, then we might start expanding down that way, but we'll see who they ally with. One thing that we should probably do is we want to ally Austria, first things first. Can I? Well, I suppose I can't get a diplomat in there yet. I don't think I can set up another alliance yet either. But let's have a look at our... Teutonic Order is a... What? Okay, well that's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm not going to put Teutonic Order as a rival. Burgundy is probably fine. We can then get good relations with France that way. Provence probably is another decent option. And then maybe... We might go for Venice. They are a decent bit stronger than we are, but that's not going to be an issue for too long, I reckon. And then the estates, we could see some land. That would reduce the loyalty to 30, but that's actually fine. So we'll get to actually fairly decent size of land controlled by us. Let's see, clergy, what can we do in here? The monthly administration power is pretty handy. That would reduce the loyalty equilibrium a little bit. But max admin, or more admin points per month is still pretty handy. So we'll take that one. We've got the estate land at least a decent bit in here. We can do that one. Mission maintenance cost would be kind of handy, but we don't need it quite yet. I think the oversight by the clergy is okay to increase the max loyalty, or the equilibrium for the loyalty, which right now is 71%. Okay, that's pretty decent. I suppose we could get the religious diplomats as well. Diplomat reputation increasing is actually going to be quite useful for us. And there's the... Oh, clerical education. I mean, the reform progress growth... Don't know if we want that, actually. Maybe we do, but we're not going to put that on right now. A right of donations. Hold on a minute. So we get some prestige per development from missionary plus 15, and mission maintenance cost is reduced. There's not necessarily going to be a whole lot of conversion that we need to do right now, so we can put that on later, but we probably do want to get that. Now let's have a look at the nobility. I think we'll want to get the military power. We don't actually want to go below 30% land right now, so we might wait with the burghers a little bit before we get the extra point from there. I think we'll put the right of council in there. And there's the supremacy over the papacy, so all estates get a lot of loyalty. Right now we don't need to worry about the authority that much anyway. We might not really go for absolutism much this go around. Oh, okay. We could get the nobility right for called or diet call. I don't think we're going to do that quite yet. We'll probably have a look at these later. I haven't played the EU4 in a little bit. And then in burghers we'll probably go ahead and put in the patronage of the arts is pretty handy for the extra prestige. We don't want to give the burghers crown possessions because we wouldn't be able to retake the land from them. And they only got about 10% right now, but it's still a fairly small amount. Free enterprise seems like a good idea. We'll do that one. And maybe the private trade fleets, the ship trade power would be quite handy. probably going to be a whole lot of things here that we'll want to do eventually. We'll just start with, you know, 3 privileges each. That should be alright. Let's summon the... Let's have a look. What are the ones? Spoleto to be base tech 5. Ancona base manpower 6. Or we need to have 20% trade in Ligurian Sea. Which, that would be the Genoa trade node, essentially. How much do we have in there right now? We control 7%, so 20% might be a bit too much. I think I'm going to go with the clergy suggestion, getting the base tax in Spoleto. Although, oh, we need to get some other development in here. Now, I suppose what we could do, go and put in the edicts for reduced development costs. We'll reduce the profits from the estates slightly, but I suspect that's still going to be fine. Let's just double check. Yes, Spoleto needs to get 2 levels in there. We won't have the points for doing both of those yet. Plus, willing to put in an extra point for something else. The military point might not be the worst idea. I think we're going to start with the extra tax there now. And then we'll put in the military power in there just in case. And then once we get the admin points in a few months, we'll get that one. We'll get the mission done. Right, so we've got a 10,000 man army. It's mostly infantry, a bit of cavalry. Do we have a leader for it? No. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't have any advisors currently. And actually, oh, our Pope is not very good. I mean, actually, scholar and pious, it's not that bad. But the skill levels are quite, well, lacking, I would say. How's our income looking like? We've got a bit of taxation, slightly bit of production and trade, and a bit of vassal income. But overall, it's quite small. But let's go ahead and pause so we can get things moving. So we've got good relations with Austria. We'll probably go ahead and... Oh, Burgundy no longer considers me as a rival. We can't send in the diplomat there yet. Ah, right, and we can enact gold... Oh, hello. Right, Golden Ball. Which one do we want in here? I haven't actually been the career controller in a long, long, long time. You know, the development cost might not be a bad idea, actually. I'm going to do that one. And I might be able to... Oh, I'll be using our own money to appoint a cardinal. I think I do want to have one of our cardinals. It's a bit of corruption, but that's fine. So, France, can I ally you? Not right now. What about Siena? Siena I could probably ally. Can I maybe get you as a vassal? Not necessarily. At least not easily. Let's have a look at then about the potential future vassals, because we are going to have to, especially in Italy, we'll probably need to do that a lot. Bologna would be the next likely one. Or the closest one. So I think we're going to go out and start getting good relations with them. And now we got 4 out of 4 Diplo relations already being used. Let's go ahead and take our trade fleet out to... guess we're going to go and protect in Genoa. Going to give us a bit of profit. And I suppose right now, since we're not at war... I can probably go ahead and reduce the army maintenance a little bit. I don't want to go all the way down to 0, although it would save us a bit of money. But in case bad things happen, I want to be able to at least fight off some rebellions or something like that. Let's go... Oh, alright then. Poland's got a new king. So let's go ahead and improve relations with Austria as soon as we can. Get those sorted out. If we could join in the HRE, that'd be quite handy, actually. Because right now we're not part of it, and I don't know how we'll join, actually. I think those things have changed a decent bit. Like, in theory, Rome should be able to get there. But I'm not entirely sure. But we'll figure that out one way or another. Ooh, alright, Genoa's got a cardinal. There's still quite a bit of career coffers in there. That's good. We could use that to reduce the reform desire later on. But we don't need it quite yet, luckily. So we can just build up the coffers there. Now, who else could we ally? We could even ally Florence. Oh, now we're going to ally France. Sure. France is going to be a good ally. We are now over our limit, but that's fine. Now we've got the Catholic... Okay, I can't apparently pronounce that. Anyway, we've got now 3 Catholic countries as allies. So that's one mission done. Oh, actually, we need to improve relations with the Swiss. Let's get improve relations there. So if we have a look at the mission tree, there's we need to control basically all of that, I think, by you or your non-tributary subjects. So yeah, essentially. Then there's a Swiss Guard, which requires 100 relations with the Swiss. Now we've got the support the order, so we need to get improved relations with the various Oh, nobility's loyalty needs to be higher. Okay, I think that's equilibrium of that. Oh, okay, we need to get that higher. Right, what do we give them to get that higher? I mean, the advisor cost would be somewhat handy, I suppose. Oh, strong duchies. You know what? I'm going to take that. So we're going to have more diplo relations. And then, how is the equilibrium now? 57? We just need another 5% somewhere. I suppose the expand the fortifications would be somewhat useful. They would not lose a crown land share from developing provinces, but I suppose when we seize land, they would still lose that. So I'm going to do that one just so we can get the nobility's loyalty high enough for that one. So support for the order. So we also need to get the influence. Oh, bollocks. We've got the influence too high now. Well, technically speaking, I suppose once the T summoned ends, which is, you know, okay, it's going to be another 20 years or so. But once that does end, we'll be able to then get through that. Then we need to rebuild the Papal Treasury, which would be 500 ducats. And then Eastern Catholics, Lithuania's opinion of us should increase. The counter the Reformation. Okay, oh, found the Vatican Library. So we need to embrace Renaissance. Okay. So we can send a mission to Japan. So that's one of the things that I was actually contemplating. We'll see how it goes. But what we could do is we could try to conquer Japan for Papal States. But we are going to have, assuming that we can get the various holy orders as martyrs for us for the Holy Trinity. We're not going to necessarily control a huge chunk of Europe ourselves. We'll probably have like Italy and maybe a little bit more in the Mediterranean. But then we might go for a bit of expansionist route and head over to Asia or something. Cardinal Minister. One of the cardinals in Papal States has proven to be skilled administration, already provides useful advice to the Pope. At this point, making him a minister in our government would almost be only a formality, but important formality nonetheless, since he may grow more powerful yet. Having Cardinal in our service would certainly lend us credibility with the Pope and strengthen the sentiment that the Papal States is a Catholic nation first and foremost. Okay. That would give us more papal influence. Or we can get more prestige. I think the papal influence is going to be quite handy. Because we can turn that... Oh, no, we can't turn that. Okay, never mind. Not as the Papal States. We don't have the buttons in here. I mean, fair point, fair point. We can't get free stability through there. Well, not free, but, you know, we can't exchange influence for stability. So that may have been actually a little bit wasted potential there then. I think what we're going to do is we'll actually go ahead and improve relations with Lithuania to get that mission underway. And then maybe we'll go ahead and start building... Oh, actually, let's improve relations with our vassals. Let's just put in an automated diplomat for that, to be fair. There we go. So now we've got all 4 diplomats busy. At least we're not wasting any... Oh. Confirmation of the Council of Florence. Union of Churches will be revoked. Oh, right. Okay, so I guess our relation with the Byzantium are now not as terrible. They're still not ideal, but they're not quite as terrible as they used to be. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of money, but we might want to increase our trade fleet a little bit. Get another 2 trade ships over here for Genoa, so we can gather a little bit more money. What do our traders actually do right now? Valencia and Alexandria. Ah, right, so we're just moving trade power to Genoa. Okay. Eventually we'll probably want to have a merchant in there as well. I haven't quite decided on what idea groups we're going to take. I'm open for ideas in the comments, but I think at least the divine ideas is really handy. Oh, Burgundy announced me as rival again. Well, no surprises there. Then maybe we'll go for maybe religious, just for roleplay. Like, we're not going to go for all the most effective things necessarily. We, you know, we want to have a bit of a, like, something that would make sense for us in terms of, like, I suppose kind of like a roleplay aspect there. Oh, right. We still don't have the points to upgrade this. We need another 6 points, so that's 2 months. Then we can get that mission done. We'll probably want to start saving some of the points for catching up in tech as well. The Great Bullion Famine. Right, the first European nation to get some gold from elsewhere is going to be rewarded. Or rather, at least they'll get very rich. Right, let's get the admin point there. And there we go. Some loyalty and some prestige. The clergy should be at least a decent shape right now. We could sell titles. I'd rather not do that, though. We could. And then, yeah, stability is going to be a bit of an issue. I'm guessing the relation with Lithuania, those are 58 right now. I still don't know if we can join the HRE or not. I have no idea. Or maybe we do have enough or too much development already to be able to do that. Or maybe it's just because we don't have good enough relations. Again, I don't know exactly how this is going to work. Yeah, right now we're just mostly improving our relations. We should be able to get most of these underway in due time. How much, I suppose, we already got a 62-year-old leader, so that one's probably not going to stay in power for too long. That's kind of the, I suppose, both the down and the upside, as Papal states. Your leaders tend to not live very long. Well, they start fairly old to begin with. So there is that, but we could have another diplomacy, or relations, actually. But we don't have a diplomat available right now. Let's just go ahead and let these run through. I suppose we'll get the Swiss Guard soon enough, which I believe, what does that actually give us? Mercenary discipline. Oh, okay, for 20 years. I suppose we might have to rely a decent bit of mercenaries. Ah, the Kingdom of Italy and the Empire. So in, what was it, 1490? Or somewhere thereabouts, it's the deadline for Italy to stay in the Empire or be kicked out, essentially. Now, if we want to get the Holiest Empire, we need to become an elector in there, which is going to be a little bit tricky. Probably not impossible, but it could be rather tricky. Of course, as Papal states, we can't become the Emperor. So it might be a safe bet for, you know, whoever is the Emperor, which is probably going to be Austria for a while, to just announce us as a elector later on. Not necessarily going to be easy. Oh, surrender Maine. In exchange for accepting the Treaty of Tours in 1444, the County of Maine was promised to France. In practice, however, this has taken quite some time to materialize. The arrival of Charles VII himself on the scene seems to have made the hold-up go away, however, and finally Maine is now in our hands. So that's the French got the Maine, and there is no war going on currently. Or no active war, let's put it that way. Can we... Yes, we can go out and get another bark already underway, so let's get that built. Might take a while. Now, is there someone that I might want to excommunicate? Venice would be an option, but of course we don't have a diplomat available for that, so that's going to have to wait. Triumph of the clergy. While none would openly defy the clergy, there are few states where they are as influential as in the Papal states. I mean, that makes sense. There isn't a single institution in our country that isn't entirely under the influence of the clergy, and the power of our Pope depends on them now more than ever. It is perhaps only natural the clergy now also wishes to take a more active role in the practical ruling of the country. Lately, a number of suggestions have been made by their representatives to further harmonize our laws and traditions with those of the spiritual realm. The ambition is to cleanse our core culture from any unorthodoxy and to ensure that the country is governed according to religious sound rules and ideals. They get even more influence. I mean, that's the worst that could happen. You know, other than a disaster. I mean, at least they are not disloyal yet. Ooh, France export licenses. So we'll use up a bit of devotion. We could get the nobility's loyalty up a little bit. That's more taxes. Right, that improved relations with Siena. Could we actually ally them? I mean, if we had the diplomat, yes. Right, our burghers are a little bit disloyal, but that's only going to be for a month. Once the month ticks over, that should fix the loyalty back to over 30, I think. At least in theory. There we go. Yeah, we've got a decent devotion right now. It's the, right, Provence is switching their capitals about. Oh, the capital, right, is that? Oh, that's Provence as well, okay, so... Yeah, I haven't had a look at France in a long while, actually. In the EU4, not proper look anyway. Ah, there we go, so we can get really all the mission with the Lithuanians sorted out. Oh, right, so that gives Lithuania the thing. Sure, I mean, if they can convert more stuff to Catholicism over there, it would be probably quite nice. They've got quite a bit of area to convert, to be fair. So we do that one, and then we can probably go out and remove that diplomat from there. Bring it back home, and then we can start doing a few other things. Let's go to speed 4 in the meanwhile. There's not too much going on, and we could probably go out and build another boat for the trade fleet. 4 ships is still not going to be enough, but it's a start. I think we've got a fairly strong ally, so we can probably reduce the maintenance even further. Just get a bit more money out of the meager income that we do have. Oh, Placentiums is having a bit of war. Is that... oh, Epirus. Right, okay. And I believe they just annexed that. They sure did. Right, so I wanted to get an ally. Let's have a look. What are the options? And Florence might not be a terrible idea, but I think we might want to go for maybe Siena. Just to make sure that we can get those on our good side. Maybe try to turn them into a vassal later on. The Hussar Kral in Bohemia. We must condemn Jerry and his house. That would give us more devotion. Catholics would lose reform desire by 1%. And the relations with us and Bohemia would go down. Yeah, we definitely must condemn them. We could probably go out and get a leader in here just in case. 2311. I mean, it's not bad, actually. Especially that one siege paper is going to be very handy. Ooh, Aragonese demand and papal supply. Ooh, so Burgers gain loyalty. Trade power in... oh, right, that's going to be technically being Genoa, but local goods produced. What are we producing there, actually? Oh, paper. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's have a look at the trade goods that we do have. So we've got 2 paper, 1 livestock, 1 fish, and then our vessels have wine and grain. Okay, I mean, the paper is going to be pretty handy, to be fair. And we got the ship still underway, and we are still making a bit more money now. Could probably even afford putting in a advisor. Question is, of course, what advisor we're going to put in there. I mean, the production efficiency would be somewhat handy for a bit of extra money. More prestige might not be a terrible idea either, although we got 50 already, so it's not like we're short on that. Trade efficiency would be somewhat handy. We're not building spy networks yet. We'll get to that eventually. The extra discipline could also be somewhat handy. Or the extra manpower. Actually, that reminds me. Do we need to... No, we just need to have good relations with the Swiss to get the Swiss guard. Then the next one is going to have the force limit met. Which, I suppose we're not too far off, are we? Oh, we got 5. Okay. Once we annex our vassals, then we might be okay. Speaking of which, no, we can't start that yet. We're only 2 years into the game. And there we go. All the Swiss Guard. This merchant company does not cost army professionalism when hired. Oh. And it's only available to us. Okay, how much would that cost to hire? I don't know if it's actually available yet. It might need to wait for a month. I didn't see it on the list. Oh, there we go. Now we got the Swiss Guard. It's only 23. Oh. The maintenance isn't that bad. You know what? Yeah, we'll hire the Swiss Guard. Sure. And the Swiss Guard... Oh, they've got a good leader there. 5 fire, 3 shock, 2 maneuver. No siege, unfortunately, but it's still not too bad. It doesn't cost us a massive amount either, actually. And now we just need to get like 1 regiment to fill up our force limit. And that shouldn't be too bad. We'll just get another infantry for the main arm, or the sort of standing army. Let's get that underway. And we got at least one of the trade ships already. I think we are slowly getting a bit more power over here in Genoa. Well, we've got 11%, so it hasn't really increased that much. There we go. So we got now that army. What does that actually give us? General with 60 tradition. Oh, so we did not really need to hire general. Well, I suppose it's good to have a second one just in case. What's the next thing then? Catholic volunteers, naval tradition of at least 20. Yeah, alright then. You know what? Yeah, we'll get that one. That gives a bit more naval tradition once it's completed. Right, we need to wait for the Reformation to start for that branch to be opened. I guess we probably should just start building up a bit of treasury so that we can build some things and other stuff like that. We don't have a whole lot of constructions available yet, do we? No, well, once we get some of the techs we will have. The marketplace would be quite handy. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.